You may have seen my recent video where I turned this picture into a speaker by adding two Dayton audio exciters to the backside and powering it with an IEMA amplifier. The results were ridiculous, and I'm so glad I did it. And I'll probably get my hands, because of this experience, get my hands on more audio exciters and put them everywhere else I can, because it is so shockingly good, the results you get. A viewer of mine saw this video and he asked me two key questions. He says, A, how affordable can this be done? And B, what was his other question? Oh, yes. And B, can you hide everything inside the picture? Specifically, you might remember in this video, I talked about how I'm going to punch a hole through this wall and I'm going to have my speaker wires go into my kitchen, and I'm going to hide my IEMA amplifier or an amplifier in my kitchen cupboards to power the system, which is great. And it'll absolutely work for me in this case if that's what I choose to do. But his question really got me thinking, can you hide everything inside there? Now, of course, in my case, I was using an IEMA A80, which I don't plan to use for this picture long term, but realistically, this won't fit behind a typical picture or this picture. That won't work. But ultimately, to make this system work, all you need are audio exciters, a small amplifier, and a power supply to power that amplifier. So I took on his challenge. The commenter who asked these questions happens to live nearby, so we met up and he gave me a picture of his own. This is from his wall. And I found myself a staggeringly minuscule, tiny little amplifier on AliExpress. I'll put a link in the description below. This, I can't remember the exact price, but 20 bucks, about 20 bucks for this. It didn't come with a power supply at 20 bucks, so I had to buy this power supply. I'm gonna guess 8 bucks, so for 28 bucks. Those are Canadian dollars. In American dollars, realistically, I don't know, what's 20 bucks in America? 12 bucks? I don't know, 14 bucks is what this amplifier might cost in the USA. I'll put a link in the description below. You can check it out yourself. When this arrived, I got my hands on it. I come to the realization, oh my God, that is just silly small. That's way too small. There's no way this will power audio exciters to an adequate level. But I was shocked. I did this. This is currently connected to my speaker wall. Let me show you. Oh, I gotta plug it in. I gotta plug it in to show you. Let me plug it in and show you. Oh, I'm definitely connected. So this is just to illustrate how there is an excess amount of power coming out of this little thing. I don't know how that sounds for you, but it's too loud for this room. That's realistically, I would never listen to it at that level in this room. I don't know if you can hear that. That is to say, this minuscule, tiny little amplifier produces way more power than I need to do this. So yeah, can you hide everything you need behind the picture? Let's give it a try. We're gonna mount it behind here. We're gonna do this to this right now. Oh, before we get started, I just want to talk to you about the audio exciters that I got. So I got this tiny little amplifier from aliexpress.com. I'll put a link in the description. I also got these audio exciters here from aliexpress.com as well. These are 15 watt models. If you remember, his first request was, how affordable can you do this? And B, can you fit everything behind the picture? I splurged on these. AliExpress had two models that look, they have other models, but they had two models that look like this from this one factory. One was, if I recall, a 3-watt model. This particular one is 15 watts. So this particular, the price wasn't radically different, so I splurged, spent a few more dollars, and I got the 15-watt model with the bigger voice coil. You'll notice here that it does not come with double-sided sticky tape pre-installed on the voice coil. Unfortunately, the Dayton Audio ones did come with double-sided sticky tape, 3M VHB double-sided sticky tape, which I happen to have a roll of. It's something I highly recommend if you're going to do this sort of thing. 3M VHB is the proper tape to use. It's what the Dayton Audios come with pre-installed, and thankfully I have it for this project because this project doesn't have them pre-installed. So yeah, I'm just gonna quite literally double-sided sticky tape these to the back side and plug this little amp in and get started. Okay, I kind of made a mess of it. As I mentioned in my last video, I just moved into this new place and I'm not yet unpacked, and I couldn't find my soldering iron, and boy did I look. I looked and I looked. So I'm just using electrical tape to hold the wires to the terminals. I even used some liquid electrical tape, which is really kind of handy in certain applications such as this. And I stuck some of that 3M VHB tape to the backside. That ain't coming off. So let's get this thing mounted. If you were thinking of doing this yourself, you could really do this to any hard surface, but if you were looking specifically to do this to a picture frame, ideally you want to find a picture frame like this that A, has a light, stiff, hard backing, because you want a nice hard surface to be resonating, and of course you want that gap behind so that you can fit everything behind. And of course there is no shortage of space to fit this tiny minuscule little amplifier, excuse me, back here. And I put double-sided sticky tape on the back side of this as well. And I am going to, where should I put all this? I think that's a good spot. That's a good spot for the amplifier on the side of the frame. And when you're deciding where to put your audio exciters onto a panel, any panel, there's really no wrong place to put them, but I would avoid dead center, just because that gives you the least, the smallest frequency response. It introduces some distortion because your panel is flexing out to the sides. Tech Ingredients, I believe it was the YouTube channel Tech Ingredients. I believe I'll link it down below, where the guy on that channel actually measured the frequency response of the best position, and he identified 2/3 down a panel and 1/3 in. And I want to follow his advice, but I don't think it is entirely all that critical, other than to simply avoid dead center. So I'm just going to double-sided sticky tape these into place. And I think, because my amp's going to be there, that's the right length of cable. I'm going to go somewhere in this area. Let's get our double-sided sticky tape. I should probably wear my glasses. I think ultimately the problem I've created for myself is I put too much double-sided sticky tape. Okay, let's get this in place before it starts sticking to my forehead or something. Okay, avoid center. I'm happy with that location. Just gonna push it in, rub it in, get my tape down. This is way more tape than you need, but that is not going anywhere. Okay, so now we're just gonna go down here. I'm happy with that location. I'm hanging it like this, so tension on the wires doesn't want to pull the wires out over time. So that's why I'm doing it like this. All right, I'm just going to pull the backing off this double-sided sticky tape. This is not 3M VHB tape. It's just standard double-sided foam sticky tape. And that's very secure. That's very secure as is. Okay, I got an extension cord. Let's plug in this little mini amp. It is a very short power cord. That bloop sound means it's connected. Get on with it. Find something. There we go. That's a good tune. There you have it. Some $20 audio exciters. No, sorry, $20 amp, $8 power supply, and I can't remember, $20 for the audio exciters. And it is a great sounding speaker. Bluetooth, might I add. All that is you just turned your picture on the wall into a Bluetooth speaker that sounds fantastic. And unlike any other Bluetooth speaker, it's completely hidden from sight and looks great too. There you go. Super cheap, super hidden. Give it a try. Everything's in the description.